We're ready to go here in the championship game of the Southwest Riverside Passing Tournament. Santa Margarita with the ball, a first down pass, good to the 25. And Mr. Johnny Stanton, junior quarterback for Santa Margarita, is 1 for 1 to start the game.
So handicap this, Nels. Who do you have as a favorite in this one?
Well, I think the Santa Margarita has just run over everybody, so I think we're going to make them the early favorites. But the hometown team, kind of a feisty group inside the 20 there.
Well, Paloma's been rather stingy with their defense, and teams haven't been really putting up a lot of points, but I've yet to see a team that can take Santa Margarita and slow them down. So it's, I think you have a two-way situation going on here where one team's very strong offensively. I think if you go quarterbacks, Tutwiler's a very nice quarterback, but I say Stan's a little bit better. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out.
That game started at 8:57 on my clock.
And we're in for the touchdown.
It's going to be touchdown. So 3 plays.
And a cloud of dust.
40 yards and a score.
And a cloud of dust. Well, here we go. Paloma's first possession on offense.
Paloma does have 3 pretty tall receivers, too. They've used that height well.
Tutwiler looking. Nice catch by the running back.
We got a flag down.
The referee's back.
Interference on the defense. So we'll see if they just take the play to the 25 or if they...
I don't even know what the penalty is.
There's interference on the defense.
Oh.
So they're going to wave that one off.
Obviously, the better situation was just to take that play.
Yeah, so they'll take 15 yards on the underneath pattern on first down. You wonder if Santa Margarita has had a chance. They did have a chance to scout Paloma when they had that bye in the first round after Elsinore.
We've got yet another game on the consolation side.
Looks that way. So they're going to mark that down first down to the 18. So that's going to be pick up 7. First down for the Wildcats. Fakes left, goes over the middle, a short gainer to the 14. Second down. Santa Margarita had the ball first, 3 plays and a touchdown. The 4th play here for Paloma Valley got a receiver over the middle, and he's down to the 4.
To the 3.
So a pickup of 11. So this is 3rd and goal. And knocked away.
When you stare down the route, it's kind of hard to not have a guy. You've only got 10 yards of depth to worry about,
Not a lot of room to work with down there with 7 defenders.
It's got to be quick.
All right, 4th down from the 3. Nobody stopped Santa Margarita yet, so really important for Paloma to get a touchdown out of this. Trips to the right. Tutwiler throws, fakes twice, pumps, throws in the back of the end zone and incomplete. They had 3 guys working in the pattern in the back right corner.
There were 6 players in that one section there. Well, they get another play? How did they get?
They had their second down.
They're giving them another play.
First down, so then they've attempted 6 passes.
Well, they're giving them another play, however that works.
Down. They've completed 2 and 2 incompletions since they had the first down. So the bonus 5th down here. Just trying to level the playing field with Santa Margarita. Back in the end zone, incomplete, and
come up empty.
Enough. Turnover on downs. So Paloma fails to score.
Well, here we go. Santa Margarita back at the ball at the 40. Stanton at quarterback. It's already showed he's a Division I college quarterback. Will be playing on Saturdays likely,
well, he's
barring
playing
injury.
On Fridays. That's the that's the thing that I find so interesting. You know, he's a young kid, backed up.
Be nice to have something like that in your stable, huh?
5-step drop, looks over the middle, throws a crossing pattern. Again, right on the money, 16
Just
yards.
out of the reach of the defender, even though he'd outstretched.
So he's 4 for 4 for 56 yards.
Okay, this game is like watching paint dry.
And the safety valve release, good down to the 20. They're going to mark that for a first down or not? Yes, 4 yards. You know, when was the last time USC got a quarterback who wasn't from Orange County?
It's been a while.
There's good defense.
That is great coverage.
First incompletion there.
He pretty much telegraphed that, but they had it.
You know, Oregon's one of the schools interested in this guy, but they, you know, don't see a straight drop back quarterback.
No. I don't either. I don't know how that works unless you're willing to change your offense. They like that spread.
And there's a bullet over the middle, but just out of the reach of the receiver, who just kind of was in between strides. Otherwise, I think he could have had it.
Well, and Paloma's defense has done very well. I mean, obviously they've given up a score, but you're seeing that they're not getting beat.
Santa Margarita play 2 games here. And
with little resistance.
And I think we've seen them stopped once.
Yep. Very little resistance. But Paloma has played.
They beat Ontario Christian 54-12, and then we also saw them pound.
Here we go again. Stanton finds the end zone.
Touchdown.
Made him work for it, though.
6 for 8, 80 yards, 2 possessions.
Man.
12-0. So who do we have over here playing Arlington? Is that Temescal Canyon?
Yeah, Temescal Canyon.
All right, here comes the Wildcats, second possession. Drove all the way to the 3 on the first one. They're going to pick up 9 yards there.
Boy, they fell in love with that underneath route in the last couple games. They were running everything deep down the field in the last few
Well,
games.
first down, you pick up.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with 10, 12 yards.
No.
On first down. Field gets a little tighter with seven defensive backs and if you will. It's a little tougher to pick up yardage on that once you get down inside the 20. Second down, fakes left, going to the corner. He's got him wide open and a beautiful throw and a touchdown.
There you go.
The pump worked on that one.
It did. He sold it.
The out and up, wide open. I like the no need to showboat on the part of the Paloma receiver.
I don't think you want to. Is that like poking at a tiger?
No, I mean, he's that young man who I don't know his name, but certainly was not shy earlier in the day. Maybe he's just conserving his energy.
He's a little worn out.
All right, so we have 12-6 Santa Margarita, their third possession. Paloma answers with a touchdown. Let's see what Santa Margarita does. Stanton back to pass, looking over the middle. Nice pass, good for 19. You know, he kind of looked left, never intending to throw there, and came over the middle. Nice job looking off the side.
I've not seen a rush in his face, but he doesn't seem to get frazzled.
Well, he'll get one this year. They play in a tough league. They've got, what, Servite, they've got...
Modern Day. They play in the Trinity League, don't they?
So they got Mission Viejo, they've got...
No, they play in the private school league?
Private school league, you're right.
So they play with Modern Day, Servite, them, Orange Lutheran, yeah.
All right, now in the corner, he's got a receiver open. What a catch. Oh, hold on. Oh, full extension and just lost it as he hit the ground.
That's pretty amazing.
Not a bad
That's
throw
a high
either.
school kid.
There was only one player who's going to have a chance at that ball.
Yeah.
All right, third down.
Pretty good level of athlete they got. Whoa, that was almost picked off.
Yeah, that one he telegraphed that one. You know, the last game of the day, they have the clock working. The scoreboard's working.
Well, we're at 27 minutes, 13 minutes into the game, and all's well. It looks like Paloma has scored and now held Santa Margarita, and they have a chance to actually tie this game up. Now, this is what we've been looking for all day, an actual dogfight.
There you go.
They go underneath every time.
7 for 10 for 83 yards for Mr. Tutwiler.
Tutwiler over the middle. I think it got tipped. I think that got tipped because that was right on line. It just died. I mean, that's an art in and of itself, just getting it over the reach of the linebackers to be able to drop it in before the defensive back gets hit.
Yeah, Logan Tutwiler goes about 6 feet, maybe. He's not a terribly tall guy. Thrown for the corner. He's got a receiver out of bounds. Incomplete. And they hold on downs.
Wow. Oh, nothing like taking a jab at it.
So with 25 minutes and 30 seconds to go, Santa Margarita with a 12-6 lead, their fourth possession. Stanton back to pass, looks right, throws kind of an underneath route. And going to be called down at the 32.
Under 25 minutes left.
Give them 9 on the completion.
Still trying to get to the 20.
They did not get a first down last possession. Got it to the 21, stalled there. Back to pass, looking over the middle. That play's been there again and again, and this time they're down to the 7. So that's good for 24.
And a first down. Santa Margarita seems content to make this a possession game. They're just taking their time. Defense needs to help the offense out a little bit here.
All right, they get 4 cracks at it from the 7. We're going to call it the 7, even though it was the 6. There's a pass inside. Receiver, touchdown.
Great routes those kids are running, too. I don't know if you watched that, but he dove down and hard to the inside and just ran a little circle.
Stanton now 10 for 14 for 139 yards. Again, no pass rush.
Yeah, but still pretty impressive.
All right, Tutwiler back to pass for Paloma. Again, underneath route, and it's dropped. And now I think we're starting to see fatigue.
Mental mistakes, yes.
On the part of the Wildcats. Second down. Looking left, pump and go again. He's got it again, and he's overthrows the receiver. A little too far, a little too wide. And it's going to be third down from the 40. All right, Tutwiler back to pass, looking right. He throws long over the middle. Got a receiver there, a defender there. Incomplete. He went for it.
Actually, I think he was expecting contact because he only went up with one arm.
All right, Paloma.
Even walking over the sidelines, these guys look a little ginger.
Yep, gives the ball up on downs. Eight, 18-6 Santa Margarita, their 5th possession. Paloma needs to hold them again. They've held once. As we're clicking down to 21 minutes to go. Almost halfway through the final. Stanton back to pass. Short over the middle, going to be a gain of about 12.
He's going to march down the field.
He's carving them up like it's touch football.
Yeah, exactly. It is touch football. But he is carving them up.
Whoa.
Oh, God, that kid went down hard. On the north side of the field, we have the I thought the last game was a consolation championship, but apparently we were wrong. And the consolation championship is actually Temescal Canyon against Arlington.
Stanton throws long in the corner, and it's intercepted. No, it's dropped.
So there we have, what's that, third?
Third down, about 8.
3rd and 8. And these huddles are just forever long. They're just eating clock. Is there like a shot clock or something? Because they're just taking their time. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Stanton.
Pass, throws the right hash down to the 15. First down.
Just right in the seam.
So gain of 13 on that one. And we're down to the 19-minute mark. Yeah, they're doing good 40-second huddles here.
Yeah, they're just eating the clock. Taking their time, doing what they do. There goes Blue Helmet.
They do lead 18-6 here in the final over host Paloma Valley. Stanton back to pass. Good defense there. Nobody's open. He throws it away. And Temesco Canyon is on the board.
Of course, they're not on any scoreboard.
No. All right.
They're just on the board. All right. And 40 seconds gone by. Oh, and the odoriferous emanations coming into this press box.
Yeah.
Of the dairy type.
And a throw down to the 3-yard line.
And now we see Greg Ireland. Coach Greg Ireland making an exit as Temesco Canyon just intercepts the ball. And there you have it. Okay, come on, let's go, guys. Falling asleep watching this one. They can put up 54 points, but they're just going to be content with 18. And overthrows, wide open receiver in the middle of the end zone. I mean, the last 5 plays have taken 2.5 minutes off the clock. 4 plays.
5-minute drive.
All right, and here we go.
So Santa Margarita has been stopped once in their 4 possessions. They're down to the 3. Is this 3rd down now?
I believe so.
Third or 4th?
I don't think the ball ever broke the plane in his possession.
Well, they're calling it a touchdown.
Let's go to the tape. 15:36 left in the game. Santa Margarita is now up 24-6.
14 for 21 for 179 yards for Mr. Stanton.
Tutwiler back.
Picks up 4.
Working the flats. Santa Margarita has a pretty solid defensive secondary, too. Tutwiler back, looking left. Throws left down the sideline.
Out of bounds. And a flag. Paloma trying to hang in this one. They're down 24-6 with 14 minutes to go.
So it's a 15-yard penalty from line of scrimmage is what they do. That's how they mark off a pass interference. He's hurt. He still looks a little shaken up. Tutwiler rolls to his right, looking into the flats, almost intercepted, and he had a receiver wide open at the 5. Oh, that's a coach. Excuse me, he's not even a receiver.
Coach
What's he
is
doing?
wide open.
He's on the field. And at some point, you got to be out of the way. Aren't you in the way if you're on the field? That's a game official. Excuse me.
Right after a fast start, Tutwiler's struggling a bit now. He's back to pass in the right flat, and that's incomplete.
He's
as
trying
well.
to guide the ball now, it looks like.
Now he's 8 for 18. And he started 4 for 4. So it was only 4 out of his last 14. And they give it up on downs.
Well, this long day I think is finally catching up with some of these kids.
All right, so we'll clock some of these huddles here for you. Santa Margarita taking their merry time. That was a 20-second huddle. Little quick slant, goes for 15.
And he's good at all passes, short, intermediate, and long passes. He can hit all of them. Different timing for all of them.
Ability. Like to see if he can run, what he's like under pressure. And looks to be a good athlete, though. He's just pretty much straight 5-step, 7-step is all we're seeing here. Of course, just a passing tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure with some of the teams he has to play, you better have some scramble ability, as they say.
They seem to have picked up the pace a little in the huddle. There's a throw out to the flat, and it's dropped.
Kid's going to separate his shoulder diving like that. These kids just sacrifice. They're crazy.
All right, 3rd down. All right, Stanton throws short left, going to be a 1st down, and he's tagged down.
To 17? 18.
Call it the 18.
It's
so
19.
That's going to be a
No, he's at the 18.
being a 7. Which puts him over the 200-yard mark for the game, 2:01, with 11 minutes to go.
Wow. Oh. Playing on a half field.
Down to the 11. Being a 7. So what do you think between this is their they didn't play one game, so this is only their 7th game. So he's probably well over 1,000 yards for the day.
Yeah, you know what, and this is only their 6th game if they didn't play one, because this is Paloma Valley's 7th game.
Right, there you go. So, well, still, he's throwing for 200 yards a game. Then,
Still 1,200 yards on the
right,
day.
They put up 54 and 48, so.
It's not a bad, that's a 20, you know, he'd probably say he's a little bit off because it's only roughly 2,400 on a 10-game season. You know, 2,400 yards. He's looking for more than that. Look at that. He's a quarterback.
It's just one day.
But the amazing thing is he's playing on a half a field. If he had opportunity to go 100-yard drives, he'd have a ton more yards.
As we've pointed out several times, there's no rush.
Yeah.
So he throws to the corner, almost intercepted. He had two defenders there. I don't know who he was throwing it to, but nobody open there. All right, we're down to 9.5 minutes to go.
And just moving on to 9 minutes left in the game. Again, the score 24-6 in favor of Santa Margarita. Pretty much in control this entire game. I have to give Paloma Valley credit for the stand that they've made with them. Most teams don't get within 5 touchdowns of this team, at least in this tournament.
Good defense there. Kind of in and out move.
Defensive back fell down. And at 8:47 left in the game, Santa Margarita scores again to make the score 30-6.
And that would be 219 yards for Mr. Stanton.
And now Tutwiler has a chance to answer back.
He's got a receiver open on a corner route down inside the 15.
Oh, it's 4 to get in the end zone.
So where are they going to mark that ball on?
At the 16-yard line, or 11-yard line.
12, call it being a 28.
Yeah, yep.
Down to the 4.
At the 4. So Paloma's moved it down quite quickly. 2 passes are at the 4-yard line. Second down and goal to go. Tutwiler throws the corner and a touchdown. They just answered back, and now it's 30-12 with 7:28 left in the game.
And a nice crisp series there for Mr. Tutwiler. Kind of struggled there for a few possessions, 3 possessions in a row.
And 3 of 3 in that drive.
3 of 3, 40 yards, touchdown. Simple as that. Used about a little over a minute.
He's got to do that a couple more times. He's got to get some stops. And response from Stanton is a touchdown, 40-yard touchdown with 6:48 left in the game. It is 36-12. Huh?
No.
I can find it. Why is it going to be about you?
All right, they're calling that one back. All right, incomplete on a long pass on the right side. It's going to be 3rd and 20 from the 40. Paloma hanging in there.
Hey, what's the score of your game? Thank you. Let's go, Candy. 14-6 right now. 14-6.
Did you call McCarthy?
No, I called my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Mark's sitting right over there on the sideline. Red shirt on, next to the one with the white. Right over there on the sideline over there. That's my sister and brother-in-law.
All right, Stanton back to pass. Pumps, goes over the long or the middle. It's got it, as it's been all day. Great catch there.
Man, there is no. We're down to 4:40 in the game. I'm going to call this one.
That has put the game away. That's put the game away.
I just called it.
You just called
Congratulations, Santa Margarita, on your passing league crown here at Paloma Valley. You've played a sparkling 6 games. Actually got the shortcut to the championship, so good for you. I don't know. I'm just talking. We've been on for too long.
So Mark Moore's son's the third-string quarterback? So
Yeah, Wyatt, sophomore. And I've been looking for him down there on the field, but he's down there. I just don't know where he's at. Yeah, last year he missed 4 or 5 games of the season with a destroyed collarbone.
Bike riding or playing football?
Playing football.
All right, 20 for 30 for 249 yards for Santa Margarita quarterback.
.330 left in the game. Santa Margarita is still milking the clock. I don't know why. They feel the need.
They just want this game out of the way.
Your son's the only one who can hear us. We can't hear him when he talks, but he just said something. I have no idea what he said, though.
All right, throws inside. Incomplete.
With 3:10 left in the game, we're looking at this 4th down. And here we go. 2:40 left in the game and 4th down play for Santa Margarita. Looking for the one route that will be open, and there is no.
Quite a bit of contact in the back of the end zone, but it's going to go incomplete. Turn it over on downs, and it's the second stop. Or is that only 3rd down?
I thought that was 4th down.
I thought that was 4th down. 3rd down, huh? That was only 3rd down?
I saw a guy raise his hand with 4 fingers on him before last play. Guy in the tank top right there. Now,
well, now he's got the fist.
Dude, I saw. Okay. Well,
right.
4th down.
We're down to the 2-minute mark. 4th and goal. 30-12. Game's pretty well in hand for Santa Margarita, and there's a throw and a incredible catch for a touchdown.
Seriously, he caught that?
Yes, he did. Wow.
Well, the ref had to know. He was standing right over it. We got 1:30 left in the game. It's 42, I believe, to 12. It's 36. I'm sorry, 36-12. Paloma trying to tack on another score before the game get.
Tutwiler goes long over the middle and is down to the 15. So pickup of 25. And we're down about to hit the minute mark. Stanton 21 for 33, 259 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Jeez.
Of course, it's a passing tournament, right?
You keep putting in that disclaimer.
Well, it's not, a running tournament. Tutwiler running out of time. They're going to call this one back if they don't want to give him 4 yards. They're going to give him 4.
Call timeout.
No timeouts here. All right, Tutwiler going and looking back in the middle. Incomplete. And that may be one more play.
An equipment problem. Oh, they get the ball in. Got the play off. 19 seconds left.
Touchdown.
Touchdown for Paloma Valley. 36-18. And looks like it's time to call it a night.
Will do it.
Santa Margarita defeats Paloma Valley in the championship game of the Paloma Valley Passing League or Passing Tournament by a score of 36-18.
That's right. Logan Tutwiler, 14 of 25, 160 yards and 3 touchdowns, but a one-sided final. But nonetheless, Good day for Paloma Valley.
A great day, I think. I don't think they have anything to hang their head about. Santa Margarita is one heck of a team. So for Nels Jensen, I'm David Zink, thanking you for sticking in for this extended version of HS Game Time
the
Live.
Whole crew. Who do
We got to
have
thank
out here?
everybody from all our camera
Zach
operators.
Patton,
We got Zach Patton
Will Holden,
and
Chris
Will Holden,
Erkley.
Chris Erkley. Who else?
Paul Jensen, Louis Amistoy.
Dennis Pope, Nels Jensen, and for myself, David Zink. We thank you for watching and enjoying this. It will be on demand on HS Game Time over the next few days if you want to go back and check out any one of the games that we had covered and any of the interviews we did that will be on HS Game Time in the video player on demand. So for the rest of the HS Game Time Live staff, I'm David Zink saying good night from Paloma Valley High School.